Scott Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Welcome to it. Thanks for being here. 888-900-3393. Also at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Going to get into some phenomenal statements from the leader of the free world coming up in a few minutes.
Phenomenal.
He's been razor sharp lately. Phenomenal. Razor stinking sharp and phenomenal.
That's the word you're going with.
Phenomenal.
Okay.
Yeah, phenomenal.
All right.
So we'll get into that in a minute. But it happened yesterday. The whole thing with the Big 12,
right?
On the verge of collapse. Texas and Oklahoma are leaving. Now, the SEC meets on Thursday. And so we don't know where they're going quite yet, except everybody assumes the SEC is going to vote, 13-1 or 12-2 to accept him. It's got to be at least 11.
At least 11.
11 of
right.
14. And they're going to have that because the only ones that oppose it are Texas A&M.
And Missouri. Missouri's not going to vote for
And you don't
Oklahoma.
think Missouri
no
will?
Way. No way. Now, maybe these teams are going to want the money.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I mean, that's the only reason you vote them. They're going to want the money, for sure.
Texas A&M would rather not, I guess, face Texas anymore.
Well, they want to be the only one.
Yeah, they want to be the only
Texas.
SEC team in Texas.
And I don't blame them. And Missouri, I mean, there's no love lost between either of those teams.
True, especially
Missouri,
Oklahoma.
So, yeah.
So Texas and Oklahoma leaving. It's been made official. Between this and the NIL stuff, the name, image, and likeness thing, this could absolutely ruin college football. It absolutely
I
could.
agree.
Completely change.
That's what I talked about when they said it was okay for the NIL stuff. Man, it's a spiral downward.
It is. It changes everything.
And on top of that, when you can transfer whenever you want.
Yeah, once at least. You can transfer once without any penalty. So that's going to happen all the time.
Yes.
If you don't start, you're going to leave. That's already happening.
Right.
Imagine if there's no penalty. Oh, it's going to be it's going to ruin college football.
So then you have Texas and Oklahoma saying they gave their official notice to leave the Big 12. Mm-hmm. So their contract is through 2025.
Right, but nobody thinks they'll be there.
Are you going to let that stand?
No.
Do you want them there?
They're going to pay them off. Texas and Oklahoma are going to pay some kind of fee, and they're going to leave next year. I say next year.
After you give someone notice, you're not supposed to work out the whole notice. Right? No.
Right.
You give the notice for a month or 2 weeks, and then after about halfway of that notice, you go, okay, get out.
They will play this season in the Big 12, and then that's it, is my guess. That's my guess.
So then you have that. So what happens to the Big 12? There were also reports, and we talked a little bit yesterday, and I saw another story about Michigan and Ohio State leaving the Big 10.
Jeez, for the SEC?
Oof.
That'd be crazy. Texas, Oklahoma, Ohio State, Michigan, Alabama, Florida, Georgia. Jeez.
I mean, what's left? You have the ACC left, right, with Clemson. Clemson,
and you have the Pac-12.
Clemson really should really be in the SEC, honestly. But they
should. And I heard that they might be poached as well. They might try to get
if the ACC
Clemson.
Loses Clemson,
forget it.
Have a nice day.
No, forget it.
I mean, and the Big Ten without Michigan and Ohio State are the Big Ten.
Yeah.
I mean,
for sure.
Minnesota,
no
the
doubt about it.
Timberwolves going to carry that mantle? I don't think so.
If the Big 12 could pull it off with some kind of monetary incentive to try to poach back, maybe they poach back Arkansas and Texas A&M back into the conference. If they could do that.
Oh, they could do that.
If they could bring Texas A&M, because Texas A&M is going to be pissed. And maybe you could bribe them back into the Big 12 with some kind of monetary incentive.
Nebraska, too.
Arkansas, maybe then you add. So if you could get Arkansas and Texas A&M, and then add BYU and Boise State.
Oh, you got to.
Then there'd actually be
a formidable league. Then
there'd actually be 12 teams, and maybe even a stronger conference than it was with OU and UT. And like you just brought up, if one of those, for whatever reason, wouldn't come over to you, then you go after Nebraska.
Yeah.
Or Colorado.
Bring them back.
Bring them back. I mean, Colorado is wasting away in the Pac-12.
Oh, yeah.
It's like they don't even exist anymore.
They had a good run for a couple of years there.
Yeah, but
in the Big 12,
they've done nothing in the Pac-12,
and they were doing nothing in the Big 12, which is why the Big 12 was like, "Go ahead, take care, see you later, take care."
Right, right. So I don't know. Short of that, though, I would think the Big 12 is just going to collapse. They'll be poached by everybody, and the Big 10 will come after. Maybe that's what keeps Michigan and Ohio State in the Big 10, right? Is if you poach the Big 12 teams. Yeah, and I could see them doing that. Going after maybe Iowa State would be a good fit because they're right in that region. Kansas. Kansas State. I don't know.
I don't know either. I mean, those teams.
Kansas is worthless in football.
Wisconsin, I guess, is a top tier team.
They are. Yeah, I'd say they are.
Are they a top tier team that the country
cares about?
No.
They don't have a national fan base.
Right.
They've got a Wisconsin fan base.
Right.
Nobody cares about them. Outside of Madison, Wisconsin, no one cares.
I mean, those teams, it's fun to watch when they play Ohio State and Michigan.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, they're playing Illinois today. Yeah, Illinois has been pretty good this year. Loss. Wisconsin's been pretty good this year. They've been tough. Loss.
Mm-hmm. I mean, when they get to Ohio
sometimes
State,
that's what I mean. Yeah. Wisconsin, they looked great against Minnesota.
Then they lose 50-12 to Ohio State. Oh. Okay.
Okay, no problem.
We're back to business as usual.
Go beat up Purdue. Right. Okay, come on.
Purdue, Rutgers, and Maryland.
Come on
Maybe
now.
you can take them on.
Right.
I don't know. So it's changing. Boy, it's changing fast.
It sure is.
We all heard about this realignment thing that's down the road, but everybody thought it was going to crop up when the media rights came back up again in 2025. Well, Texas and Oklahoma just blew that out of the water.
Boy, no kidding.
They just completely changed that timetable.
I can't believe that.
I don't know why they're leaving.
Oklahoma, why? I don't understand it. They rule.
Why? Yes. They rule the Big 12.
They own the Big 12. Mm-hmm. They have their own television market. Yep. I don't understand. I don't understand what
they make a fortune.
I know.
What does Texas make every year? 150, 200 million a year in football? It's outrageous. It's outrageous. And are you going to do better than that in the SEC?
I don't think so.
I don't know.
I don't think so.
Because you're running into Alabama territory now.
Yeah. And now you're running into Alabama.
You're a second-tier team in the SEC.
Florida.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, again, like we said yesterday, Texas hasn't even ruled the Big 12 in football for 10 years, easily. More than that. You're going to get into the SEC now and dominate? No, that's not happening.
No, it is not.
You will be a middle-of-the-pack football team. In the SEC West with Alabama, Auburn.
You live with your head can still be held high in Austin if you lose to Oklahoma. Vanderbilt comes into town and beats you. Times are tough. Okay.
And that might happen.
That's right.
It might happen. Kentucky.
Right.
I don't know. It's
South Carolina comes in.
I don't even understand what has happened to Texas. Because their recruits are, their recruiting class is top 10 every single year. And it's usually top 5 every single year.
I know.
So what is going on once those recruits get there? They must be coached really badly.
Yeah, really badly.
Really badly. Now they have Steve Sarkisian from BYU. And so we'll see what happens there.
Let's hope. Yeah, they certainly are hoping that it pays off.
Yeah, they're high on him right now because he's done a good job recruiting since he's been there. Got a couple of 5-star blue chip recruits already.
And are you recruiting better in the SEC as Texas? I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know what you make that argument.
Because again, you're up against Alabama every single time. Whereas if you're recruiting pretty much in Texas and you're in the Big 12, you have the pick of the lot.
Yeah.
UT can get any Texas recruit they want pretty much. And they do. So we'll see. But everything's changing. Just know that.
No kidding. And I don't know how many. So then what do you end up with? You end up with the ACC, maybe. The Big Ten, Pac-12, SEC. Maybe.
That's about it.
Yeah.
There's talk that maybe the AAC, the conference with Cincinnati and Memphis and some pretty good teams.
South Florida's in that.
South Florida is in that.
Because that was the big.
UCF,
that was the old Big East.
Central Florida's in it.
Yeah.
If you could add a couple of really powerful teams to that league, maybe they become a P5 or a P6 at that point.
Yeah, they might.
Yeah.
They might. I'm not sure.
Maybe they fill the void
if
the Big 12 collapses. Maybe the AAC picks up some of the pieces.
Teams like Iowa State, and they would dominate. They would be strong in that league.
They would.
That would be a good.
I'm sure the AAC would want them.
That'd be a good fit
AAC
for them.
gets, like you said, Iowa State, TCU, Texas Tech, some pretty good teams.
Yeah.
If the Big 12 collapses. Anyway, amazing. I mean, absolutely mind-boggling what's going to happen now in the next year. We'll see. But Thursday's a big day because that's when we'll find out if they actually go to the SEC. Otherwise, I guess they're going to be independent. Unless
that's what I mean. So otherwise, they say they go back to the Big 12 and say,
"Whoops, we made a mistake.
We changed our mind.
We were just kidding."
I mean, the Big 12 would say,
just a joke.
Big 12 would say, "Okay, no problem."
Oh, they would. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
All right.
That was a good little joke.
All's forgiven. So you cheated on us with every single conference in the country. I don't mind that.
No, it's fine.
All's forgiven. Don't worry about it.
It's all good. Let's go out to
dinner.
So
you slept with our competitors. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
That's all right.
Fine.
We've done the same thing a time or two. Don't worry about it.
Order dinner and a drink. That's fine. We're good.
Yep. They'd be welcome back with open arms.
Absolutely.
So that's what's going on as far as football is concerned. Oh, and by the way, NFL starts in 10 days. 9 days now. It's 9 days until the first preseason game. 9 days!
Can't wait.
Till the Hall of Fame game. It's going to be football season again very, very, very shortly.
Did you see the troll by Brady?
No.
He tweeted this weekend, Sunday, I think it was, where he tweeted his out on the practice field throwing the football. And this is him right here. And he's trolling everybody. Okay.
No way.
Oh, one more.
Get out of here.
Let's go.
By the way, it's not real.
It's not?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think so. I didn't think so.
So
You can't throw it into the machine like that. Come on.
Your first thought of, no way. That's correct.
No way. Yeah, you can't throw it into that thing.
Millions of views. Everybody's running crazy. Brady's just like, that's
pretty well done, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good job. All right. 888-900-3393. All right, let's, before we get into the Biden stuff, which is so powerful, again, it's phenomenal. I think was the word I initially used. Phenomenal. You're going to love it. Coming up in a minute. Meantime, how will you know when you're ready to do something about your receding hairline or your bald spot? Well, when it's the first thing you notice in the mirror. That's probably about the time you're going to want to do something. So it's time, right? Now what? That's the easy part. Go to Keeps.com/Pat. Keeps has more 5-star reviews than any of their competitors. And hundreds of thousands of guys trust Keeps for their hair loss prevention. Keeps offers doctor-recommended, FDA-approved hair treatment. And because they use the generic versions, you pay about half the cost. And best of all, you do everything online. Answer a few easy questions, snap a couple of pictures of your hair, and a licensed doctor then reviews all your information and will recommend the right hair loss treatment for you and ship it directly to your door. And should you ever have questions along the way, this is awesome. You can message your Keeps doctor 24/7 and track your progress with Keeps Progress Tracking Tool. So let's get you started with a special discount. Go to KEEPS.com/Pat and get 50% off your first order. So that's 50% off the already 50% savings using the generic versions. That's keeps.com/Pat for 50% off. Keeps.com/Pat.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
All right. Question number 1. What is it Joe Biden says as he approaches these reporters? Check this out.
Does immigration need to be in reconciliation? Must it be in reconciliation?
What must be what?
Immigration.
I'm sorry, what?
A pathway for citizenship.
I did.
Please be a pathway for citizenship, whether it can be in
Okay. This doesn't. My butt's been wiped.
Wait, what?
Is that what? My butt's been wiped? Somebody actually laughs. So it might have been that. It might have been that.
We have to.
What must be what? What must be what? What must be what?
Wow.
If that's not my butt's been wiped, what is it? I honestly haven't seen the other side say, no, he's saying that's really right, or whatever. I haven't seen any alternative put forward. Have you?
No,
Not
I have
one.
not. No, and they all, I mean, in fact, Snopes, we know Snopes is
left wing.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. They have, it was unproven.
That's what they said?
Unproven.
Not false.
Not
unproven.
false. Unproven.
It might
the
have been.
The president appeared to be making a joke about how difficult it was to talk by the nearby helicopter, but what exactly did he say? Unproven.
My butt's
been wiped.
Been wiped.
What must be what? What must be what? What must be what?
Yeah, we don't need to know that, sir. Thank you for that, but we don't need to know that.
Well, I mean,
all right.
Well,
I mean, you and Jill deal with that in your own special way. Okay.
Does Kamala take care of that for you?
Yeah, the American people don't need to know about it. All right.
I don't know.
You want to know about it?
I think I do. I think I do. Because
I can't believe it.
Bro, what is going on?
How many times a week does this happen? It literally happens almost every day.
Yes.
Almost
this is
every single day.
And they've right. He goes home for the weekends. He goes home for the weekends. Mm-hmm. So there's not a lot of, a lot of stuff going on. I know he went out this past weekend. I think that was Virginia, right? When he was out there for McAuliffe, which was, another great time from Joe Biden. But I mean, they shut him down. They locked down at the end of days. It's I don't know, man.
I mean, his day ends sometimes at 9 a.m. Sometimes they just call it all off at 9 because he can't. And I really believe it's because he can't function. I think it's those days when he just can't get going and no medication can bring him around. And so they just cancel the day. They're like, nope, 9 o'clock. Sorry, we're done for the day. Yeah, he's, oof. It's a tough one.
Swamped back there.
So, yeah. It's a day of phone calls with world leaders. I don't know which ones, but he's calling world leaders today.
They're private calls, too, so we're not going to be able to break those down.
Right. Exactly. So then he's got to get his dentures shaved. I don't know. There's some rough edges on his. Yeah, he's shaving his dentures.
So that's a thing.
Yeah, it's a thing.
Okay.
Yeah, they're shaving the dentures today.
Okay. I mean, I'd rather have that than wiping his butt.
Yeah, I would too. That's a job I don't want. But his butt is wiped. He let us know yesterday. We don't.
What must be what?
Yeah.
What must be what?
What else could it be?
We don't know if he did it or if it was one of his advisors or helpers or Jill. I don't know, but his butt's been wiped.
What else could it be?
I don't know. I'd like to hear the alternative. Maybe somebody's heard an alternate explanation. We'd love to hear from you. 888-900-3393. I mean, that's crazy. It's just crazy when you're wondering if the president of the United States just told the media his butt's been wiped. But would it really surprise you? I mean, it's within the realm of possibility that literally is what he said.
It is within the realm of possibility.
I mean, they were doing that whole, look at this, Donald Trump wore his pants backward. And you know that didn't happen. You know it didn't happen. This might have actually happened. He might have actually said, my butt's been wiped.
There's so many times when he loses his train of thought or just he's in the middle of something and then it goes away and he can't get it back. Mm-hmm. Right? He can't even the keywords of look and I'm telling no joke.
Yeah.
Those keywords bring him back to reality. Those don't even work, right? I mean, he goes off and he uses keywords and nothing kicks back in.
Yes.
So
that's getting to be the case more and more now.
Right. Mm-hmm. We see that. But now it's just a matter of, Mr. President, reconciliation. And I might tell him, if I heard that gaggle of reporters, reconciliation, my butt's been wiped. I mean.
And how about the town hall last week?
Oh, my gosh.
Where Don Lemon standing there trying desperately to help him out.
A bunch. He bailed him out a bunch.
Desperately to bail him out. Don't you tell me that Don Lemon didn't recognize the cognitive decline of Joe Biden last week. It's impossible.
I know.
He's brain dead if he didn't recognize what's going on with Joe Biden.
I mean, you have to be.
He'd have to be brain dead not to notice it. One of the really weird moments was this last week.
You got the vaccination?
Yeah.
So he's saying this. He's asking Don Lemon if he got the vaccination.
You got the vaccination?
Yeah.
Are you okay? I mean, you seem no.
Am I okay? What? You got the vaccination?
Yeah. Okay.
Are you okay? Did it kill you? Is it time for pudding?
Did it kill you? No, Mr. President. I'm right here.
Did you grow a tail? Or are you okay? Wait, I thought, what do you mean? Why wouldn't he be?
Right.
It's supposed to be the safest thing known to mankind as far as this administration is concerned.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's the safest thing ever. Listen to this.
You got the vaccination?
Yeah.
Are you okay? I mean, you seem no, it worked.
You seem it worked.
Or the mom and dad, or the neighbor, or when you go to church, or when you're.
What?
No, I really mean it. There are trusted interlocutors. Think of the people.
Okay.
If your kid wanted to find out whether or not there's a man on the moon or whatever, something, or whether those aliens are here or not, who are the people they talk to beyond the kids who love talking about it?
What the hell?
That is incomprehensible. Seriously, I have no idea where he's going with any of that. How many different subjects did he broach there? Just trying to get his mind re-engaged.
Right.
Re-engaged on something. Help me.
Nothing brings him back.
Nothing is working right now. Help me. I'm grasping for straws, and I can't hold on to any of them.
Right.
Amazing.
I mean, he did the same thing happened when he was talking about, they asked him a question about the 12-year-old getting vaccinated, and he tried to, I'm trying to think of exactly what he said, what the question was, but he goes off and he can't find it. He can't find it. And this was in the town hall too, with and Don Lemon bails him out at the end. Yeah,
that's underway. Just like the other question that's illogical, and I've heard you speak about it because I'm not being solicitous, but you're always straight up about what you're doing. And the question is whether or not we should be in a position where you are. Why can't the experts say we know that this virus is in fact it's going to be, or excuse me, we know why all the drugs approved are not temporarily approved but permanently approved. That's underway too. I expect that to occur quickly.
Well, that means you mean for the FDA?
For the FDA.
For the FDA, yeah.
Wow.
I mean, okay.
Wow. Then there was some deal where he's confused about the name of a congressman. I think we have that one as well.
Oh,
Chairman
yeah.
Leahy, Leader McCarthy, Senator Casey, Congressman Scott, Congressman. Where is he? There you are, Paul.
Congressman, where is he?
You understand this better than anybody does. I want to thank you, Congressman, for all your work. And I want to thank you all for being here. Second, by the way, where's Mom? Mom?
Your mom?
Is she here?
Who's mom?
Oh, she's watching. Okay, I thought you looked. I said, Mom is out there. I was going to ask her to stand up, but Mom, you can't stand up if you're home.
What? Okay. Mom, you can't stand up if you're at home. Because I understand your ceiling is too low. You can't stand up in your house. It's only a 3-foot ceiling. And you're not a midget.
Where's Bob?
So where's Mom?
Where's Bob?
Where's Mom? And by the way, where's Mom? He's got to stop doing that. And I'll bet his people are telling him that too. Mr. President, don't try to go off script. Just please stick to the teleprompter. Stick to the script. Don't, by the way, anything. Don't do that.
Right.
By the way, where's Mom? Because somebody told him, my mom's watching on TV today.
Right.
Whatever.
Right.
And so he wanted her to stand up.
My mom's excited I'm here today with you.
Yeah. And he's done this in the past. But
stand up, Chuck. Let him see you. God love you. What am I talking about?
Yeah, you're crippled.
I tell you what, you're making everybody else stand up, though, pal.
I'll tell you that, pal. Stand up, Chuck. Now, that used to be Joe being Joe.
That was, he was
Because that was a long time ago.
That sure was, man.
It's not Joe being Joe anymore. It is Joe being diminished by the years and whatever's going on inside his brain.
Right.
It's just, it's sad and it's pathetic, but he's the leader of the free world and we just can't have this.
No, he
needs to go to a nursing home, or he and Jill go off back to Delaware. She can take care of him at their actual home. I don't care. But he can't be running this country.
Right. It was one thing in the basement showing up ever so often during the campaign, right?
Yes, right.
And
it's quite another now.
Okay. He got the most votes ever of anyone in history. Okay, You got me. But that the day-to-day of being the president of the United States of America, no, you can't do it.
And Don Lemon is not a patriot if he doesn't admit to something going radically wrong with Joe Biden.
And
now.
Neither is
after that experience he had with him last
Jill
week.
Biden.
Come on. Oh, Jill Biden, please. She's despicable. She's absolutely despicable because she knows exactly what's been going on. And she pushed him there anyway because she's got this ambition. God. Ugh. And then there's the times when he just gets pissed for no reason.
Right.
Because he's losing all of his faculties. And one of them is his sense of decorum and politeness. And that happens to many old people. Look at me. I've got lower tolerance than I once had. But
is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
You're actually admitting that?
Yes.
Have you had your dentures shaved?
No, I haven't had
lately?
my dentures shaved yet.
All right.
I'm planning to next week, but it hasn't happened yet.
Okay.
But here he tells a reporter, it's O'Donnell. What's her face? Kelly O'Donnell tells her what a pain she is. Look at this.
Veterans Affairs is going to have a mandate.
You are such a pain in the neck when I'm going to answer your question because you've known each other for so long. It has nothing to do with Iraq. The answer, no. I'll answer your question. Yes, Veterans Affairs is going to, in fact, require that all docs working in facilities are going to have to be vaccinated.
Thank you.
He's not joking around either. He's just telling her, you're such a pain in the neck. He's pissed. He's pissed that she dare ask him a question he doesn't want to answer.
Outside of the realm of what they're supposed to ask.
Right.
We're talking about Iraq in here.
So, wow. Some issues going on there? Yeah,
yes.
You bet. 888-900-3393. Got some tweets here. Rock skipping gold medalist tweets, let's just make one big conference and call it the Big 29 FPS teams and just be done with it. DMX, DM, roll of paper. The Tom Brady pitching machine pass, it's far more believable than anything from the mouth of Fauci. True enough. Reverend Chipotle, when Keith comes back, there should be at least one college football preview. Whole show. Yes, I would love that. That'd be fun.
Yeah, I'm all about that.
We don't need to worry about things like the president saying he had his butt wiped. Not important. My word is good as a Biden. Good for President Biden wiping his butt or having an aide do it. Hygiene is obviously priority number one.
When you're going out in public like that.
Yeah, you want to have your butt wiped. It's a good safety tip. Novocaine for the Soul tweets, as much as I can't stand Joe Biden, what's being done to him is grotesque. That is so true. If a private citizen was forced to be used the way he is, the people behind it would be in jail. Yeah. And how much worse is it here? How much worse is it?
Know.
We were just saying, you'd feel sorry for him if it weren't for, I don't know. He's the president of the United States. This should never have happened.
Right. Sometimes I do. I do. You're like, oh, come on. I want to feel sorry for him. But he put himself there.
Yeah. And so did his wife, his despicable, power-hungry wife.
Yes.
And they all thought they could perpetrate this scam and rule from the backstage. Yep. They're all the ones whispering in his ear, telling him what
Kamala
to do.
is right there behind him.
Yep.
Happy to be standing right there.
It's despicable. It tells you what they think of the country and what they think of Joe Biden.
Yeah.
And so to put him through this, just unbelievable. And then for the mainstream media, for the rest of the media to just ignore it completely. Not only do they ignore all of this, but how about the pinching story of the 8-year-old girl who confirmed Joe Biden pinched her in her nipple?
And
she confirmed it, and nobody mentions it.
And there's been plenty of video evidence of this guy over the years being his douchey self with all these women and young kids.
Yeah.
That's just Joe being Joe. Is it? Is it?
No, it is not. And we all know it, but nobody cares, apparently. They just don't care. By the way, Jill Biden was just praised being at the Tokyo Olympics because she's wearing the same clothes over and over again.
Wait.
Is that great?
Wait, what?
Yeah, she's wearing stuff that she wore before. She didn't take a change of clothing, apparently, for every single day, so she has something different to wear.
What, is she slumming it in Japan?
No, she is...
this is her way of
her choices,
being like the people?
Her choices reflect the climate-focused aspect of her husband's presidency. Thank you very much. Is this amazing? Again, they fawned over Michelle Obama and her arms, and everything she wore was perfect. Then we had an actual supermodel in the White House, and for 4 years, they despised her. They never mentioned her. She wore the wrong shoes to whatever event. Come on. And she was tremendous in her taste and her choice of clothing. Jill Biden wears the same thing over and over. And if it was Melania, they'd be like, what? Doesn't she have a change of clothes for every day?
Right. Trump's not a billionaire. She can't even change her clothes.
Right. But she is climate conscious because she's wearing the same clothes.
She's climate
conscious. Yeah. Biden's recycled wardrobe was helping to combat the culture of disposability around fashion in a way she believed would now be a defining element of the First Lady's tenure and part of the way she takes the role forward.
So she's going to be wearing the same recycled outfits now?
I guess so, and that's a good thing.
She got mad because they were making fun of her. She wore a couple outfits that one dress she wore made her look like a clown. The clown dress.
I might have missed that. Was that last week?
I don't know. I don't remember when, but she wore that one clown dress. I'm sure we have a picture of it somewhere. But they were making fun of her, and there was another time when they made fun of her when she had the dress on backwards.
Oh, yeah.
So she had the dress on backwards.
And that literally happened.
Correct. And then there was the one not long after that where she looked like it was literally a clown outfit.
But it was still, I'm sure it was still magnificent to most of the left.
It was still magnificent, yes.
Look at that. Wow, she is so bold,
Fashion
so brave to dress like a clown.
It was almost like a Gulch de Bon. I don't know what to do. Okay, thank you. But now we've taken to, we're just going to recycle and wear the same outfits.
Yeah, because it's good for the environment.
I'm not opposed to, by the way. I'm a fan. That's the Ben Matlock way of thinking. Just wear the same suit every day. Have the same suit in the closet every day. That's what you wear.
Right. I don't know if you remember the saves time,
the docu-series Matlock.
I don't remember. Well, I do remember it vaguely, but
I used to watch that with my grandfather.
A little before my time.
Yeah, I used to watch it with my grandfather. I love Ben Matlock.
You were on your grandfather's knee.
I was on my grandfather's knee. We'd watch the Ben Matlock docu-series, and in fact, that's one of my favorite lines from Ben Matlock about murder.
Yeah,
murder is a messy business.
That's powerful.
Yeah, thank you.
That's really powerful.
Thank you.
I'm going to try to remember that.
Will.
How'd it go again?
Murder is a
messy business. Yeah, really good.
I know.
You know what else is a messy business is when the FBI, the Federal Bureau of Investigations, actually arrests a bunch of domestic terrorists for trying to kidnap the governor of Michigan.
Right.
And then it turns out it is they who hatched the plot. It is they who supplied a lot of the people who were in the group that were going to kidnap her. This thing is coming apart at the seams. The whole Gretchen Whitmer kidnapping case.
I will say this is the defense, right? This is the defense for those guys. So, I mean, it's a good defense. But when you don't have any trust in the FBI, when you barely have trust in them, I mean, people believe it, right? It's a good sell. That's a good sell because if they can prove that that actually happened, right? That the FBI were the ones that did all of that, then
they are the ones that did
obviously. That. Well, I mean, they were in the group, right? So if I'm in the group and the group says, "Hey, we're going to do this," and then so the FBI comes in,
it is the FBI in the group that said, "Hey, we're going to do this," because apparently they actually hatched the plot.
According to these guys. That's what I'm saying. That's their defense.
They hatched the plot. They served in key leadership positions of the militia group. They trained the militia members in military tactics.
Right.
And they actively recruited people who participate with them.
And that's what I'm saying.
They funded it. Then they also
then they came up with the money because they needed the money, right? So if I'm in a group and
it would not have happened. In other words, it wouldn't have happened
without the FBI.
Without the FBI.
Right. Because if I'm in the group and I say, we should kidnap the governor, and that'd be great, wouldn't it? Yeah, well, we don't have enough men, we don't have the money, it's just a dream. Let's go watch the football game.
It would end.
Right.
Yeah. In fact, they might not have even thought of that. Who thinks of kidnapping a U.S. governor?
Oh, it happens every day.
All the time.
Every day. I mean, how many times have you had a conversation about the kidnapping of a governor? Never.
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 Right. Exactly never.
Never.
So the primary informant, known only as Dan, has been identified in court documents as a former U.S. Army Iraq veteran. Dan reportedly volunteered to the FBI after stumbling across the Wolverine Watchman group on Facebook. So he finds this group and apparently joins it. Dan, whom court documents say earned a college degree in criminal justice after his stint in the Army, stated he previously worked as an executive protection agent and a National Rifle Association firearms instructor, was a current employee of the U.S. Postal Service. Don't know what he did for the USPS. He testified in court that he'd been searching for Second Amendment-related Facebooks to find tactical training opportunities to retain the perishable combat skills he acquired during his tour of duty in Iraq. So he applied for membership with the Watchman militia. And then in March 2020, the militia had a single member with military experience. One guy. But that guy, he didn't have combat arms training beyond boot camp and no combat experience. So apparently, Dan went to the FBI. The FBI infiltrated this group, and they started training all these people.
Right.
And they hatched the idea, what we should do is kidnap Gretchen Whitmer. Oh, yeah.
That's a good idea.
Good. Yeah. I like it. Okay. But we don't have any money. Yeah, no, leave that to me. I'll take care of the money part.
And then they brought in, they brought in a couple other guys that said, yeah, we got the money. We can get the money.
Yeah. So they trained them. They funded them. They had the idea. How is this a thing on these people then?
I mean, I don't know.
It's unbelievable.
I don't know how it is a thing on these people. I mean, we're talking about now the FBI who was involved in this Garland terrorist attack here in Texas.
Yeah.
The FBI was presumably involved in that now. They had, for years, the FBI's been doing this forever, right? There's been cases reported now where they have infiltrated these groups, and then they were the ones.
Yeah, who are pushing it.
Right.
You talk about entrapment. That goes beyond entrapment.
Right.
So it's just a bizarre story, and it's unthinkable that this could be happening from the FBI. How do you ever trust the FBI again? Wow. All right, let me tell you about Omega XL. If you're in pain and it's debilitating, or maybe it's just bothersome all day long, it's just nothing worse to mess up your day every single day, put you on edge. Then maybe you've tried everything. You've tried topical rubs and the non-steroidal over-the-counter anti-inflammatories, and nothing works. Please try Omega XL. This could be a life changer for you. Omega XL is omega fatty acids, and they get it from the pristine waters around New Zealand. It comes in a tiny little gel cap that's super easy to swallow. I don't even need water when I take it. And it just really works. Builds up in your system. After a week, I started feeling relief from the pain I was having in my left elbow. And then after 2 weeks, it was completely gone, and it hasn't come back. So if you want to try something that could be a game changer for you, give this a try. Go to Omega XL right now. When you order a bottle, we'll give you a second one for free. Visit OmegaXL.com/Pat. You buy one, you get one free. OmegaXL.com/Pat or 800-844-4888.
Pat Gray, Unleashed.
So I had this story sent to me yesterday from 2016. The FBI is manufacturing terrorism cases on a greater scale than ever before.
Wow. 5 years ago.
5 years ago. 5 years ago. Roughly 67% of prosecutions involving suspected ISIS supporters include evidence of undercover operations. And it goes down to the manufacturing of terrorism cases. Former undercover agent with the FBI says national security, these people are 5 steps away from being a danger to the United States. They just they infiltrate these groups, and they do exactly what they did in Michigan. And this was in 2016.
They infiltrate?
So that's what they've been doing.
Okay.
What did I say?
I'm trying to get to the infiltrate part.
Is that what I said? Yeah, well, that's what the FBI calls it.
Okay, all right.
I can't help what the FBI calls it.
You're quoting the FBI.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
we infiltrated these groups.
I mean, that's what they said. I can't help that.
No, you can't.
Okay.
No, you can't. It's not up to you to correct their grammar. Am I right?
That's in the article. Anyway, but the point
it's un-American again.
And that was under Cuomo, right? So in 2016 was he still in charge?
James
then?
Cuomo. Yeah. Crazy, absolutely nuts. So again, there's going to be a trust issue now with the FBI.
Right.
You're not going to. Is it time maybe to label them as a domestic terror organization since they're hatching all these terrorist plots?
I don't know.
Jeez. You got that from the FBI, and then from the NSA after they lied through their communist teeth about spying on Tucker Carlson. Then all right, we did do so. Yeah, we just unmasked him, though. That's not really spying on him. We just unmasked him because he's part of. We were watching somebody, and that somebody talked to Tucker. It's that. Don't
just
worry
that,
about it.
It's just that, though.
It's not good when you can't trust the government. And then people wonder why. Why can't those right-wing kooks trust and love and embrace the government and everything they ever did and do? Okay.
Well, I mean, we just had the poll where American optimism dropped 20 points.
Yeah,
20 points
in a very short time. What was it, since March?
Yeah, well,
was it March?
Since after the first 100 days, the country was optimistic, and then hitting the 6-month mark of the Joe Biden administration, optimism dropped 20 points. A majority, 55% of the public say they are pessimistic about the direction of the country.
And mainly because they've seen what Biden is doing. And they don't like it.
Well, and we have been hammered with how bad this country is.
Mm-hmm.
We're just terrible, and we're all full of ourselves with critical race theory and how racist we are and how terrible this country is. I'm surprised that it's only 55%. To be honest, pessimistic about the country.
It's, but that has turned around big time because that's a spike from just 36%. It was, and actually that poll came on May 2nd. So from May 2nd till now, it has
dropped another 20.
Yeah,
or 19.
Not almost 20 points. That's incredible. Now only 45% of those surveyed report optimistic feelings. July poll numbers showed, and that actually dropped from 64% in May. Jeez. The drop appeared in Democrats, Republicans, and independents alike. Republicans and Democrats had a 20-point drop, 26-point drop with independents. That's amazing. Wow.
So things are good.
Yeah, everything's fine.
Are good.
Everything's fine.
Things are good. All I know,
don't worry about it.
My butt's been wiped. That's all I know.
What more do you need?
You don't.
You don't need another thing. I got some tweets here. Jimmy Dimples tweets, accidentally got to Snopes on a TV tropes link. They're asking for donations, saying the facts will disappear if they do. Oh, okay. Ugh.
Right.
My word, as good as a Biden tweets, a 5-year-old rambles better, more coherent, and stays on point better than President Buttwipe. Yes. Tyler Relentless Daring Media Productions. Jill Biden thinks of herself as the next Edith Wilson, using her deficient husband as a presidential meat puppet. Yeah, that is what I
know.
I believe that's her intent. Mostly rowdy introvert. At this point, I'm not sure that even using a babble fish would help us understand what Joe Biden is saying. And Rusty Shackelford, seriously, when is someone close to Biden going to stop this?
I don't know.
Yeah, never. I don't
know.
He's going to have to be, completely dysfunctional for that to happen. Just, he'll have to admit it, or, something's going to happen where it's quite clear during a live broadcast or whatever that he's got to be rushed to the hospital. Something dramatic.
It's going to have to be really big. Yeah, because, we already know, right? Not long ago they did the poll where they, majority believes he's not the president.
Yeah, he's not in charge. Somebody else is.
Somebody else is running the country.
Mm-hmm.
So, and if that's true, he should be out of there now.
Well, yeah. He shouldn't have gotten in the first place. Because the signs were all there. And if and when this does happen, that he is not able to continue, they're going to claim, whoa,
what?
Where did this come from? Out of the blue.
Oh my God.
All during the campaign, we talked about this. All during the campaign. It was completely known and understood he's in cognitive decline. There's been no question about that, right? There's
certainly not with people who were looking at it and seeing the truth.
Right. But we'll see. We'll see how long they can continue this hoax.
It's one thing seeing someone age, and
Barack Obama aged in the White House.
And they all do.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a tough gig.
But that's a big-time difference than what's happening here.
Yes.
Big difference.
Yes.
All right, 888-900-3393. We even have a Republican governor now who is on this vaccination bandwagon where you shouldn't have any choice, where you're a freak and an idiot if you don't get vaccinated. What is the matter with you? You some kind of Trump conspiracy nut? Right. Are you one of the Proud Boys? It's the way those of us who are unvaccinated are being treated now by people. And they're using this as a way to take away more and more freedoms from Americans. And sadly, it's kind of working. I mean, people are just, what are you going to do?
Well, we're not marching in the streets like they are in Europe. That's for sure.
Yeah. I mean, look what's happening in France and London. Paris, they had that gigantic protest over the weekend. Hundreds of thousands.
Hundreds of thousands of people.
Look at that
Paris.
crowd.
They apparently are a little upset. With
yeah.
How about
wow, look at that. Wow. I'm thinking some of them don't want to be vaccinated. That's really
and they
weird.
don't want to be locked down.
No,
they don't want the no, we will. It's over. Okay.
Yep. But here's Governor Kay Ivey talking about the unvaccinated.
Let's be crystal clear about this issue. And media, I want you to start reporting the facts. The new cases in COVID are because of unvaccinated folks. Almost 100% of the new hospitalizations are with unvaccinated folks. And the deaths are certainly occurring with unvaccinated folks. These folks are choosing a horrible lifestyle of self-inflicted pain. Y'all, we've got to get folks to take the shot. The vaccine is the greatest weapon we have to fight COVID. There's no question about that. The data proves it. I've taken the shot back in December, both shots. And it's just the thing to do. So the unvaccinated is who we need to focus on. Y'all get them to start taking the shot. It's their job to take care of themselves and us as well. We can't do that for them. All we can do is everybody take the shot themselves. So encourage others to do likewise.
Talk about the vaccine saving lives, but Alabama still is last in the country when it comes to vaccination rates. Besides, this emotional plea you just gave us, what is it going to take to get people to get shots in arms?
I don't know. You tell me. Folks supposed to have common sense.
Wow.
But it's time to start blaming the unvaccinated folks, not the regular folks. The unvaccinated folks
I
are letting us
see. Right.
Okay.
It's time to start blaming the unvaccinated folks. That is dangerous rhetoric.
Wow.
Governor of a state, Republican governor of a state. It's time to start blaming them. Wow. Wonder who else has been blamed for societal ills. Like in the last, century. Has that ever happened before?
I don't think so.
A group of people, somebody started pointing the finger at one group and blaming everything that happened on them. That's. I can't think of an instance exactly where that's happened.
Okay.
So maybe this is the first time in history that an elected official has started to blame people for the problems in society. And since we have no historical reference,
there's no way to know.
There's no way to know if that's a bad thing or not. We also have the Donnie Deutsch, or as I like to refer to him, Donnie Douche, from MSNBC. You talk about dangerous rhetoric. Listen to this guy.
There was such a sense of this summer of being relieved, of not having to wear masks anymore. How will this play? Is this a political firestorm waiting if masks are asked to come back?
I don't think it's a firestorm. I think the fact and the point that you just touched on is that we've been there before. So I think it was a lot harder the first time around because we're creating new behavior versus returning to kind of behavior that we've already been through. So look, whether it's a mandate on mask, a mandate of vaccine is at this point, there is a percentage of the population that who cares whether they're angry or upset about that. This is just, there's 330 million people in this country. We need to protect ourselves. And as Willie and Alicia mentioned, look, there's been mandates on throughout time. I grew up having to get a smallpox vaccine. We all did, other vaccines also. So I'm done worrying about what people think. I'm done worrying about, is there going to be a firestorm, whether it's a mandated mask, whether it's a mandated vaccine. There's an idiot percentage of this population that just needs to be told what to do. And guess what?
Amen.
You don't have a choice. Too
Amen.
bad.
Huh. Oh, you don't have a choice. Too bad. Spoken like a true tyrant. That's great. That's fantastic. Again, is there any... there's no historical reference point for speech of this kind of this kind and this nature.
I was thinking you trying to find one. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I can't think of any. Where the idiot population just has to be told what to do.
Well, that's, we have that, and or you just blame them.
Right.
You just blame.
So you blame the unvaccinated.
It's your fault.
And they're idiots, and so you just got to tell them what to do, and you don't want them procreating because then they just breed more idiots. So the only thing I can think of is to start sterilizing them against their will.
Oh, that's a...
what? Well, so you don't have more idiots.
It's only against their will because they're idiots.
Right.
So.
And they don't know any better. We, the elites, must tell them what to do and what's good for them. And what's good for them is not to have children anymore. Okay? You can't have children. I'm sorry. If you're unvaccinated, you may not have children. Ever
Oh,
again.
yeah. Oh,
okay?
Ooh. Yeah, no. Oh.
Yeah, we can't have you procreating. Wow. Things are getting a little dicey.
You aren't kidding, man. You are not kidding. It's
the arrogance of this guy. I don't care. I just don't care right now anymore because they're just an idiot population. You just need to be told what to do. And if they won't do it, you just need to put them somewhere by themselves. Maybe put some barbed wire around them.
Yep.
Make sure they don't get out. Some armed guards. If they try something sneaky like climbing over that barbed wire.
Coastline elite, man. New York elites.
Oh,
they know the best.
Wow. Again, Glenn has said many times the mask will just start coming off, and they're just going to start saying
and now
things
we have,
like this.
We have the Alabama governor. They're all on board with the vaccine mandates. I don't quite understand it. I mean, maybe they know something we don't.
They don't, though.
Know what
they
that
don't
is.
know as much as we do. That's the thing.
I feel like they don't. I feel like they don't. Because I'd like to see the actual, and I should have the actual numbers, and I don't. But I'm going to find out if that's actually true.
What
is it?
That it's all the unvaccinated.
All unvaccinated?
No, of course not. It's not all unvaccinated.
I mean, I know that it's not all unvaccinated getting there are breakthrough numbers. That's why Jen told us the other day, why do you need those numbers?
Yeah.
Why do you need those? Mm-hmm. Well, because you're telling us that 100% of the people getting sick are unvaccinated. We'd like to prove that not to be true. Is why we need those numbers, Jen. Sorry to
prove
bother
that it
you.
is true. Give us those numbers. Give us the numbers. Let's noodle it out for ourselves. We'll decide if it's true or not. How about that? How about you don't tell us what's true? We'll decide for ourselves.
No, we can't have that.
Yeah, we can't.
Can't have that. No, you're not going to. No.
Jeez.
No, sorry, no.
You know what else is going on? Today is the big day for the 1-6 Commission.
Yeah, baby.
They start doing their work.
And not just 1-6. 1-6.
Right.
The day democracy almost died.
Thank you. Thank you. You really do have to say its full name. And it's 1-6. The day democracy almost died. So, Nancy Pelosi insisting on no partisanship in the committee after rejecting, of course, 2 Republicans. Here's what she had to say.
And I want to start with the January 6th Commission, the investigation that you have launched in the House. I know that this came about because the Republicans rejected a bipartisan independent commission, also rejected a Senate commission as well. But your decision to reject Congressman Jim Jordan and Jim Banks from the committee has drawn fire from Republicans. The Freedom Caucus is seeking to depose you as Speaker, and Liz Cheney is now the only Republican member of the committee. Are you concerned about the Freedom Caucus threat? And are you confident that the committee's work can be seen as credible if most Republicans won't participate?
Well, thank you. First of all, thank you for the opportunity to be with you this morning. We have many
Can we pause
challenges.
it for just a second? I know it's important that you
Mm-hmm.
want to get into Nancy Pelosi's feelings on the bipartisanship of the 1-6 commission, the day democracy almost died. But put that back up. I just want to say that when I first saw this, I wanted to know if she actually had her eyebrows tattooed on now, but she doesn't. She doesn't. That's actual makeup, and she's done it to eyebrow because I'm going to do an expose. I think I'm going to do an actual chewing the fat expose on Nancy Pelosi's eyebrows because when you look at the pictures, it's different every day, and so
are they
every day?
Oh, yeah, we definitely have to see an expose.
So I believe I'm going to do a chewing the fat expose on Pelosi's eyebrows.
So does she just not have eyebrows, and so she just draws them in every day?
That's correct.
Okay.
That's correct.
All right.
And there's some days that, maybe she bumps her elbow
and just leaves it.
Yeah, that's fine. Get out of here. I'm going on George Stephanopoulos. Nobody's watching anyway. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
It's my honor to discuss them with you. First of all, no, I'm not concerned about any threat from the Freedom Caucus. We get those every day of the week. Our confidence that we have in the work of our bipartisan committee that we have now, Select Committee, led by Chairman Benny Thompson, bipartisan with the participation of a very courageous member of Congress, Congresswoman Liz Cheney, is high. My confidence is high.
Absolutely.
I do believe that the work of this committee, in order to retain the confidence of the American people, must act in a way that has no partisanship, is all about patriotism. And I'm very proud of the members of the committee, and I'm certain that they will accomplish that goal. We have to, again, ignore the antics of those who do not want to find the truth. We will find the truth. That truth will have the confidence of the American people.
Okay, there was a
because
riot.
it will be done patriotically and not in a partisan way.
It'll be done patriotically. She doesn't have a patriotic bone in her body. She has no idea what patriotism is. Gonna do it in a patriotic way.
And I'm telling you what, now, if you call 1-6 the day democracy almost died just a little riot again, we're going to fight. It was an insurrection.
Okay, right. Okay? Yes, it was.
All right?
Yes, it was.
So.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Okay.
Democracy almost died. So.
Thank you.
Of course.
Thank you.
888-900-3393. Big news for everybody's favorite protein bar company. Built Bar is now the official sponsor of the U.S. Olympic track and field team. That's very cool. If you haven't had a Built Bar yet, you're really missing out, and that's because Built Bar knows that flavor comes first. You're not going to eat it if you don't like it. If it tastes like garbage or a cardboard tube, then you're probably not going to...
Probably not.
Probably not going to be excited about opening up a wrapper and just jamming that in your mouth. Now, Built Bar has 9 delicious flavors, and really every one of them is delicious. Coconut almond, cherry, raspberry, mint brownie, peanut butter brownie, double chocolate, salted caramel, which I think is probably my favorite. There's literally something for everybody. And if you don't know what your favorite flavor is, just get a mixed box and you can try them all. Built Bars aren't just the best tasting protein bar out there. They're also healthy as well. Most of the flavors have 17 grams of protein, only 130 calories, only 4 grams of sugar, 4 grams of net carbs. You just can't beat it. And now you can get your Built Bars even faster. The new your URL is built.com, so you don't have to do that painstaking BAR after it. Man, I hated that. Hated that. I got to go built and bar together? No. Now you don't.
No.
You don't. Go to built.com. Use the promo code PAT15 to save 15% off your first order. Promo code PAT15 for 15% off at built.com. Welcome to it. Thanks for being with us. 888-900-3393. Also at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. The 1-6 investigation begins today.
I hope they can get through it.
I don't think they can. Do you know that there was some bear spray in the air? Do you know that?
I did.
Yeah.
I read that. Yeah. Did you know that a barricade fell over?
Oh, my gosh.
I know.
Beyond that, though, there were also several of them that were moved.
Oh, no.
They moved barricades.
No.
Yeah, they did. They did. They broke a couple of windows, and they went inside the building.
Was there footage of people waving flags?
Yes. Yes. It makes me nauseous to see it, and I throw up a little bit in my mouth each time.
So officers are going to testify.
It's important to look
at.
Now, can they, though?
I don't know.
Keep their composure? I don't know.
I don't know.
And again, I'm not even going to say it.
No,
I'm just leave it at
I
this,
know.
because they're making such a deal out of it.
It's like worse than 9/11.
Yes, stop
it's worse than the Civil War.
That's insulting. And the 9/11 families, by the way, are pissed about it.
They should be.
They should be. They absolutely should.
It's embarrassing to think that.
Yeah, in the Civil War, where 650,000 Americans died. Yeah, how dare you make ridiculous claims like that for political gain? It's pathetic. Joe Blob tweets, remember as President Reagan aged, and he was not at the top of his game, Nancy kept him away from this kind of scrutiny. She assured his dignity. Jill, by golly, would prop him up dead and repeatedly like Weekend at Bernie's.
Well, she already is.
Yeah, she already is.
Right? I mean, when Reagan was at his
I don't think Reagan was as bad as Biden is right now.
No,
and he actually had Alzheimer's.
At the time that he's talking about, he wasn't president.
Right. Yes, that's true. Petty Officer America tweets, FBI trains and funds domestic terrorists to attack their own country. This is what happens when Marxists are in charge. When they can't find the problems they're complaining about, they create them. Jimmy Dimples, FBI, NSA, Oval Office, Fauci, with the federal level this rotten, how about we just declare home rule and be done with it?
I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Anti-Faucist tweets, pretty ballsy for Kay Ivey to demonize a majority of Alabamans. Maybe it's time for a recall effort there, too.
I know.
I mean, listen to what she's saying about the people of Alabama. That's really something. That is really amazing. 888-900-3393, also at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Wanted to also play this Biden clip where he's talking about the Republican Party today, because we all know what fearmongers the Republicans are, and just how calm and reasonable Democrats are. Here he is talking about it. Cut 19.
They close with this. I'm sorry, I'm getting kind of wrapped up in this.
Are you?
I need him. Look. In this election and in 2022, the question the American people are going to be asking is whether or not we're helping them and their families. Not giving them anything. Are we giving them a shot? Just giving them an even shot. Do we understand what they're going through? Can we deliver for them? As Democrats, we have to show we do understand. And we're delivering for them. And we're keeping our promises.
Are you?
We just have to keep making the case. Just as the Republican Party today offers nothing but fear, lies, and broken promises.
What?
No.
Okay.
Listen,
Okay. Fear, lies, and broken promises.
Turning on the television every day and seeing a replay what happened on January 6th.
Yeah.
Saying, I was told there were a lot of peaceful, wonderful people.
Who said that?
I really mean to think about it.
I really
It is bizarre. We have to keep cutting through the Republican fog that government is the problem. and show that we, the people, are the solution.
Okay, that is amazing. You know, nobody knows fear, lies, and broken promises better than Joe Biden and the Democrats. They fearmonger everything. Climate change, for instance. Catastrophic climate change. Everything's going to hell. The world is ending in less than 10 years because the climate is going to destroy us. You talk about 1/6, insurrection, the worst thing since the Civil War. Come on, who's pushing fear? Who's lying? And who's been breaking promises? Wow, that is. Yeah, he's crazy. He's crazy and in cognitive decline, both.
That's interesting.
That is interesting. The 1/6 Commission is also interesting, investigating the most horrible event.
Thank you.
Since at least the Civil War, perhaps ever. Perhaps.
Oh, it is.
Ever. In world history, not just American history. It is, what is it?
It's the day that democracy almost died.
Almost died. Yeah, almost died. Just about. They have caught another riot suspect.
Oh, good.
Been nabbed. Thanks to him boasting and posting photos on social media about his time inside the Capitol building. This is just a good safety tip here, but we're in the middle of a witch hunt right now. Maybe you shouldn't brag about how you stirred the cauldron. Maybe you just shut up about it.
It's way too late for that for those people, though, because they were busy promoting their efforts on 1/6.
Yes. But they've done it since many times. We just had a guy too who was turned in by his son.
All right.
Jeez. So they pitted the son against the father, and he was interviewed, and man, he was interviewed on CNN by Chris Cuomo, and it's despicable. They've got this. I think he's 16 years old.
Wow.
And here's this interrogation of this kid.
Guy
by
Reffitt.
Chris Cuomo.
He's now been charged with unlawful entry at the U.S. Capitol and obstruction of justice for threatening his own family. According to FBI documents, he told his own son and daughter, if you turn me in, you're a traitor, and you know what happens to traitors. Traitors get shot. To his own kids, he said that.
To his own kids, he said that.
Didn't take long for the FBI to find him.
My God.
His 18-year-old son.
Pause it for a second. He's 18. Okay. He's not 16.
He said that to his own kids.
He said that to his own kids. Do you think he was serious that he was really going to shoot his kids if they turned him in? I don't know this guy, but I kind of doubt it.
You know what happens to traitors?
They get shot.
Traitors get shot.
Right. In what tone did he say that?
Right.
We don't know the context at all.
Come on.
All right, let's see the rest of this.
Didn't take long for the FBI to find him. His 18-year-old son knew that his father had changed, and he feared for his own safety and the safety
I do not like this guy.
He feared enough that he tipped off the FBI about his own father. Can you imagine being put in that position?
I can't, Chris.
Jackson Reffitt joins us now.
Oh, wow. Okay. Jackson.
I know you love your family, and I know this is hard. So help people understand, why did you feel you had to let authorities know about what was being done to your father and what was happening in his own head?
What was being done to him? Okay.
I don't really know how to explain it.
Then what are you doing on the show?
It just felt like the right thing.
Right.
Regardless of my emotions and how I felt and how much I loved my family and my dad.
Yeah.
I was worried. I didn't think he would actually do anything bad.
Pause it for a second.
Oh, no.
Okay, so it goes from he was worried for his life to no, he didn't actually think he was going to do anything bad. Why? Probably because the tone in his voice when he said traitors get shot. Come on. It's like, you know what happens to traitors?
Right. Traitors get shot.
Yeah, right.
Traitors get shot.
I can absolutely hear you saying something like that to your...
I've absolutely threatened my children.
Of course you have.
100%.
Millions of times.
100%.
Millions.
So whatever time they want to take one serious, you go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Pass me the pork chops, though.
What if he turns you in? What if he turns you into Chris Cuomo?
Oh, no.
Then then you're in trouble.
And then he can go. Yeah, that's Max. Max, what do you? I don't know really how to explain it.
But he did. He threatened my life.
He threatened me.
I didn't really think
more
I was
than
going to
once.
die.
More than once.
All right, let's do this.
Him saying anything even remotely threatening to me and my sister and my family and government officials, it was just too much.
Now, this wasn't just one conversation. Jackson, help people understand the context. Like, for how long had you been watching your father change, and what seemed to be the influence on him, and what seemed to be that change?
Pause it for a second.
I wonder.
Over what period of time, for instance, 2016 to 2020, and who could have been the influence president of the United States, Donald Trump, and what was it that changed him, Donald Trump, and what do you think?
Help us understand.
Help us understand Donald Trump was responsible for this. Oh, man.
I mean, you may as well just say it.
Right.
You might as well just tell
Exactly.
us.
That's what he's
are you doing?
obviously pushing for. Watch this.
I wish I could tell you exactly what, but it's
no, you
been
can.
definitely
You
over the past 4
can.
years.
It's Donald Trump. I just set you up for it. Come on. I'm gonna have to ask it another way now.
He's changed a lot.
Oh, he's changed.
How so?
How so? How so?
He's been more active on his.
No, he's been active. Oh no.
On the internet.
No. Oh no.
Obviously, the militia and the far right extremists he's been involved with recently.
Okay. That's not good.
He's been a lot more.
He better not have been posting stuff
aggressive.
on Twitter.
He doesn't want to say aggressive. Okay, then why did you say it?
More scared.
More scared? He's been more
Would he
scared.
talk to you about it?
Pause it. That's a weird thing.
More scared?
I don't want to say aggressive, but he's been more scared.
Chris, did he talk to you about it? You just got done saying that he'd been threatening him.
Yeah. All right, let's see him continue here.
No.
No.
I actually never even knew he was going to D.C. until the day he left.
Because he doesn't have to report
I'm
to you.
sure it was because of my political views, but I'm not sure.
Oh.
And when he would explain to you what he thought was going on in the country, how would he describe it?
Oh, yeah.
Donald Trump, President.
Donald Trump.
He said it as if it was the end of times or that this country was on the brink of its own collapse.
Oh, no.
But I think it was just him trying to boost his own agenda.
Oh.
And make it seem more like what he wanted.
Wait.
When you would talk to your mom about this or any other family, could any of them explain it? Did they see it the same way you did?
It was Donald Trump's fault. Go ahead.
No.
No.
I'm kind of on my own on my family right
He's
now.
kind of on his own
Views
in
about
his
my dad.
family.
And I do love
and
him.
his political views
and I
are
do
different.
care for him, but that doesn't ignore everything else he said and done. What he said, and there's no taking that back. And the fact that he said that is enough for me to tell authorities.
Oh, wow.
This is not a political argument between a father and a son who are both strong-willed. You have real concerns about your father getting hurt?
And about Donald Trump. You think Donald Trump will kill him?
It wasn't just a political thing.
Right. It was a, what was it?
I was worried about what could possibly happen.
About what could?
Even remotely.
Even remotely. But you said.
I was a nervous wreck.
What's your best sense of?
First of all, he said he wasn't afraid of his dad. He didn't really think he'd do anything harm. Now he's nervous and concerned. Huh. You seem to be contradicting yourself, kid.
Oh, yeah.
So let's see the next question here from Chris.
Even remotely. I was a nervous wreck.
What's your best sense of what was driving his change and his fear?
Do you understand? Pause it for a second. Do you understand what I'm trying to get at here, kid?
How many times?
I'm trying to get you to say Donald Trump pushed him to the edge.
Do I have to tell you?
Do I have to say it?
Am I the one that has to say it?
Let's be clear here. It's Donald Trump that did this.
I hope he says it at the end. Because he wants to hear it.
He wants it so badly. Check this out.
What's your best sense of what was driving his change and his fear?
Say it.
Obviously, the man in charge at the time, I feel just really manipulated him into thinking what he is thinking now. I'm not obviously not sure about that, but
he's not even sure about that.
And that's the only thing I can blame is
Donald
the politics
Trump,
he follows.
Because you keep pushing me to do it. I mean, that's a despicable interview.
Wow.
That's just despicable. To talk to the 18-year-old son who turned in his own dad. I mean, this whole thing is pretty sketchy. Pretty sketchy.
Yes.
But you know what? I have total confidence, don't you, in this new 1-6 commission?
Yes.
To get to the bottom of this through their investigation. It's a bipartisan commission. It's bipartisan. And I won't hear of any nonsense that it's anything other than a bipartisan commission.
Well, it's because it's not.
It's Liz Cheney's on it.
I think. Thank you.
That makes it bipartisan.
Thank you. Yes, it does. I mean, it's going to be powerful.
It is.
It's going to be powerful because they are going to get to the bottom of 1-6.
Finally.
The day democracy almost died.
Yes, finally, we're going to get some answers here. We're going to get some answers. Who moved some of those barricades? Who sprayed bear spray into the air? Who did it?
We've got to have some. They've got to have some sort of air detectors in D.C. Right? That can be looked at and shown how much bear spray was in the air.
I want to know, and I think we do know this. Who carried the podium?
Yeah, we know that.
We do know that.
Yeah, he's been.
But I want to know more about why he did it and where he was going to put the podium. Once he got it out of the Capitol building. What were you going to do with it?
He took it home, didn't he?
Did he take it home?
I think he did. I think he took it home.
Did we ever get the podium back? I think we did.
Yes,
we saw
did.
it being rolled through
we
the
got it back. Yes, we got squeaking across the marble floor.
Right. That's right.
All those people standing around taking pictures of that one lady pushing the podium. I was like, could you maybe give her a hand so it doesn't scrape up the marble?
Who broke windows? We don't know the answer to that question.
No, we don't.
Who broke some windows?
We have some pictures, I think, of some people breaking windows, so maybe we'll find out. If I find out who was carrying a Trump flag.
Oh, man. They're going to have to be executed.
Somebody's going to have to answer for that.
Yeah, I mean, answer by being executed. That's how they'll answer for it.
Well, I don't know.
Because that was the day. I don't know if you're aware of this, Jeffy. That was the day democracy almost died.
I am aware of that.
It almost died that day. And so we got to get to the bottom of it. There's just no other way. We've got to get to the bottom of it.
Nancy Pelosi's commission is going to do that.
Thank goodness.
Right?
Yeah.
I know.
Speaking of the Cuomo family, the Justice Department is not going to open a civil rights investigation into New York's handling of COVID-19 deaths at the state-run nursing homes. Yeah, it's not necessary. So the Governor Cuomo insisted that COVID patients be put in nursing homes, and then thousands of people died. That's not really worth looking into. They would have died eventually anyway, right? If he hadn't put the COVID patients in there, eventually all of those patients would have died anyway.
Thank you. I mean, that's a fact.
It is a fact, and it can't be disputed. And so there's no reason to look into it. So it ends nearly a year of inquiry by the department, started by then-President Donald Trump, into how COVID-19 deaths and infections swept through the vulnerable populations in nursing homes. Well, we kind of know how that happened.
Yes.
But it doesn't matter because, again, they would have died anyway. Eventually.
So
get off him, would you please?
And they are.
I mean, it's pathetic. It's pathetic. The partisanship, that it means everything.
Now, he still has some other cases ongoing, right? There's still some other cases that is being brought against him or investigation
against Cuomo. Well, the sexual assault stuff is going on.
Yeah, I think there's some other COVID stuff too on the state level. This was the feds, right? Saying that they weren't going to do anymore, that they were done with them.
Okay.
But I think, however, this does certainly diminish the other cases because if the feds have decided that we're done, there's nothing there.
Right.
I mean, the other cases are, well, I guess there's nothing here.
Yeah, they're just dropping it all. Against any Democrat governor, they're not going to look into him. Oh, and Cuomo, of course. Andrew Cuomo was not the only one.
No.
Whitmer did it as well. And
he
there
was
were
the
others.
front line, man. I mean,
Yes,
he was the gold standard as far as they were concerned.
Yep.
I mean, Mr. On TV every day with his COVID press conferences and shipping people off to die, and it was all Donald Trump's fault. And I'm going to write a book over how I killed all these people and get a $5 million bonus. And at the same time, I'm going to, be asking the women that work for me, hey, need a little bit of governor business? Don't worry about that. Just leave it. Get off me.
Right.
Guys, that whole family, man.
It's incredible. Could there be
I don't know.
A worse group of people in one family than
I don't know. That's a good question.
Right.
That's a really good question.
888-900-3393. Also at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Also, some Confederate busts and statues have been removed from the Tennessee Capitol building. Finally.
Good.
You know how many murders those statues have committed? Nobody knows. It's untold thousands. Untold thousands.
Well, if you don't, I thought nobody knew.
Well, they don't, but there's an estimate there of untold thousands. And the violence that they perpetrate is...
These statues.
Yeah, it's unconscionable. So finally they've been removed. Here's a report on the removal. This is interesting. See if you can find any missing component.
Charlottesville and the statue of Robert E. Lee, once the rallying point of white supremacist protests, now gone. The removal of that statue and a statue of General Stonewall Jackson marking a turning point as more cities grapple with how to address America's painful past. Here's ABC's Faith Abube.
A towering crane today blocking Confederate General Robert E. Lee statue from its pedestal in downtown Charlottesville.
Yeah!
The
Get rid of
monument
him.
many Americans believe glorifies slavery and white supremacy hauled off cheers and applause.
White supremacy.
Today, the statue comes down, and we're one small step closer to a more perfect union.
Yeah. Those
Just
statues
90
were standing in
minutes
our
later,
way.
the statue of Confederate General Thomas Stonewall Jackson meeting the same fate.
Oh, wow. Yeah!
Activists fighting for years to remove those Civil War monuments, their efforts in part sparking the Unite the Right rally in 2017. Many locals now refer to that summer as the Summer of Hate.
Summer of Hate.
Torch-wielding demonstrators marching through the University of Virginia's campus.
You will not replace us.
The rally meeting a violent end when an avowed neo-Nazi drove his car into a crowd, killing activist Heather Heyer and injuring 19 others. The removal of those statues today, the latest in a cross-country movement. Cities and states now reckoning with America's dark past, eliminating symbols of racism from public areas.
To have people not see the reality and the brutality of these statues is
The brutality of those statues.
This is a good day.
Brutal statues. Brutal.
And Whit, here in historic Alexandria, Virginia, another monument was hauled
Faith
off
Abube.
last year.
Thank you,
It was
Faith.
just one of 170
Ms.
Confederate
Abube.
symbols removed across the country in 2020 alone. Whit?
Wow.
All right, Faith Abube, our thanks.
Faith Abube.
Faith Abube.
Thank you, Faith Abube.
You can't not say it. You can't. If you work with Faith, you are
gotta say Faith
absolutely
Abube.
saying Faith Abube. Thank you.
You really are.
You're not saying, hey, thanks, Faith. Miss Abube.
Was there anything missing from Faith Abube's report there? These statues, the people that the statues represent, Democrats, all Democrats. So then, of course, they wouldn't mention any of that. The KKK started by Democrats. Of course, we wouldn't mention any of that. It's completely irrelevant. White supremacy, white supremacy, white supremacy, but no mention of the fact that the people perpetrating all of this stuff
I'm so sick of
were
it.
Democrats.
Our painful past.
Our painful past. I know.
I really am.
I know. Get used to it, because this is just the beginning of all of that. I mean, they're going to be throwing this in the face of Americans for forever. Why? Because it's working right
I guess then Faith Abube will have something to report on.
Yes.
It's going to continue.
And we want to see more of Faith Abube.
I'm not opposed to seeing more of Faith Abube. I'm just good for her.
Tanner in Montana. Hi, you're on the Blaze.
Hey, good morning.
Morning.
I just wanted to tell you I'm apparently one of these unicorns that managed to get COVID despite being fully vaccinated.
Oh, wow.
Breakthrough.
Which vaccine did you get?
Moderna.
Okay, so wow, the two-shot thing, and you
Were
still got
Have
it.
you been fully vaccinated within the fully vaccinated time? I mean, how long between the time you were fully vaccinated and then you got the breakthrough case?
So, well, as part of background for this, I am a healthcare worker. I'm a physician assistant.
Okay.
And so our clinic got an allotment of Moderna and Pfizer earlier this year. And one of the first people they rolled out to was employees.
Right.
So I did go ahead and get it at that time. So, yeah, I've had it for months.
Yeah, I mean, they sent those all out in January, right? So something like that for all those clinics.
Right, yeah. It was in January. So, yeah, I got the two-shot series, and then a couple of weeks ago, my wife and kids all started getting sick.
Jeez.
And then a few days later, I got sick. And with me being in healthcare, if you have a sniffle, can't come into work. You got to call. You got to employee health. You got to make an appointment. So went in, got tested, and was positive. And they told me, well, hopefully because you're vaccinated, it won't be as severe.
That was the argument.
I've had it worse than everybody, right?
Oh my gosh, really?
And my wife, they all had it less severely than I did.
So were your family members vaccinated or just you?
Nope, just me.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
my wife's totally anti-vax, so she's loving the fact that everybody else was less sick with it than me.
Well, that's really sad that the family, has gotten it. I mean, that any of you got it again. But the argument is that you were going to get it less severe being fully vaxxed.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So are you sick right now? Are you sick?
I'm pretty much better. I'm on my last day of quarantine. I'm going back to work tomorrow. So
okay.
How long did they have you quarantine after you tested positive? 2 weeks?
10 days.
10 days. Okay.
From the onset of symptoms. So
okay.
No, but all that being said, I do still think I do still recommend people who are high risk get it. I think overall, it is a worthwhile risk to take. And if I had to do it again, I wouldn't do it.
Really?
I'm young. I'm healthy. There's nothing that I don't think there's any reason. Obviously, it didn't do me any good, but I really don't think there's a reason for young, healthy people to do it. And according to Joe Biden, I shouldn't have gotten this thing.
Well,
so
their argument to you would be that you did get it less severe, right? I mean, if you weren't vaccinated, it's possible that you
might have woken up dead.
Yeah.
that's
So that's
true.
Yeah.
It's possible.
How old are you, Tanner?
I'm 36.
36. Yeah. Okay. Wow. That's amazing. Just amazing how often this is happening.
I know.
Just crazy.
Why do you need those numbers, though, is what I want to know.
Well, you don't. You don't. They're none of your business.
All right.
None of your business. What city in Montana are you calling from?
Billings.
Billings, yeah. Love it. All right. Well, appreciate the call. Hope you feel better and get back to work soon.
Yeah, no kidding.
Thanks, Tanner. Appreciate it. Let's go to Ted in North Carolina. Hey, Ted, we have just a few seconds here. Go ahead.
Hey, Pat.
Hey.
It's me. Hey, I love your show. I watch you all the time.
Thank you.
And I had a question. My daughter does the internet and that, and there was a woman on there the other day that said her son had been in the Army for 8 years, and he got out. And then a year later, he decided to go back in.
Right.
So he went to go back in. And he was informed that if he goes back in, he will have to take the vaccine.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Or he will be discharged
dishonorably
and lose. Yes.
Lose all the benefits. Yeah.
Appreciate the call. Thanks, Ted. Yeah, we heard from somebody yesterday who
that was
in the
the National Guard
situation. We'll see you tomorrow.
Only on the Blaze Radio Network.